Hi Sagittarius, it's Sloan Rhodes here with your Love and Romance reading for the month of June 2018. Sagittarius, just to remind you that this is an adjunct video to a longer, more comprehensive love reading I did for the months of May, June, and July 2018. There's a link here if you haven't seen that yet. And I'm also reminding all signs that the life, purpose, and career readings are up, Sag, for May, June, and July. And so if you aren't someone who typically watches the life, purpose, and career readings, I'm just kind of suggesting that everyone might want to, either mine or someone else's, just because when you are feeling more connected to what you're doing in the world, your sense of purpose, it tends to affect in positive ways all aspects of your life, including who you attract in for love. So if it resonates, you may want to take a look at that. I have a link here. And also my my online courses are up, Sag. I'm super excited to share them with everyone. And I have a free spirituality course available. I have a how to work with crystals video, or our course. I have two courses for how to read Oracle and Tarot cards, one for beginners and one for the intermediate and advanced level. And my daughter, Meadow Rhodes, is a filmmaker, and she filmed the courses, so she made a fun blooper reel as kind of a promo for the courses. So I have included a link to it here. It's up on the YouTube channel now. So I wanted just to share it with you because it is really, we had so much fun filming the courses, and I wanted to share the fun with everyone. So you may want to check that out, and also check out the actual courses as well, of course. But let's go ahead and get started, Sag. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if you don't know your rising or moon signs, I have a resources page on my website. It's free, and I have links to some free sites where you can get find out your rising and moon signs, as well as links to other people I enjoy watching and books and all kinds of stuff. So for those of you who want to explore a bit further. Okay, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I get one card from the Romance Angels as the overarching theme for the month of June for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, here we go. Free yourself. It's time to take control back of your life. Libra just got this, I believe. It's the overarching theme for June. And then we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Wow, what's going on with you, Sag? All right, so for Sagittarius, you know, even if you are partnered, it may be that during this particular month of June that there is something going on in your partnership where you are feeling either smothered or oppressed in some way, and there is a desire to free yourself from that oppressive energy. And it may not necessarily even be that your partner is doing this to you. It's that it just feels, the energy just feels heavy. And you are a very lighthearted sign, very passionate individual in general. And I think you're wanting to, again, free yourself from the more oppressive energies. So, and I said this to Libra as well, as best you can, Sag, whenever we are trying to free ourselves, whenever we are trying to get out of something in order to get into something that we feel will be more beneficial, in terms of manifestation, we tend to, whenever we want to manifest from feeling the void of something or the lack of something or the fear, we tend to manifest more fear, more lack, you know, when we get there. So do your best in the moment to remind yourself of all the different ways that you are already in process of freeing yourself, and all the ways in which you are already free. Your thoughts are free to roam. You're free to come and go as you please, possibly. You're free to step outside. You're free to breathe the air. You're free to see beauty around you. And it seems like minor, but every moment is important. You know, in our minds, we often think, when I get free, then I can, when I get out of this situation, then I can enjoy myself. Well, you actually have the ability and the availability to notice beauty, to be free in the moment, to take a breath, you know. But our ego tends to, you know, cause us to hyper-focus on the one thing, you know, that will bring us that sense of freedom. So be easy with yourself, and as best you can, bring yourself back to the present moment. It may be that during this time, or even just coming into it, there's this idea of retreat, right? Taking a break. Even if you and your partner tend to want to go away, there's still an energy there of wanting to get out of something. It's a subtle difference, but it's important to make note of it and just be as conscious as you can in the moment, as when you're trying to get out of something out of fear, as opposed to aligning with what you're wanting. That's more enjoyable. And there's a difference there, but it is subtle, but it's a powerful shift if you can make it into, I'm wanting to align more and more with what I want, as opposed to get out of what I don't like. And so you can even ask yourself in the moment, all right, so I'm feeling a little bit trapped in this situation or by this person, or you know, if you're single, you know, same thing, I'm trapped, you know, I'm never going to get a partner, you know, and your ego starts to really fan those flames of fear and anxiety and worry and self-judgment. You can ask yourself, all right, so how can I begin in this moment to gently look at all the ways in which I'm free already. You know, I'm free to move my body. I'm free to think whatever thoughts I want. I'm free to eat whatever foods I want. And remind the mind that you already have freedom. You have freedom within you already. You're not seeking it somewhere else. You know, it exists within you already. With the freedom that I have now, how can I make some changes? You know, remind the mind that you already hold the freedom. You already are free. That way you're not trying to make yourself free. You're connecting to the freedom you have inside of yourself, the feelings of freedom, and then you can take a step out. So it's important. But you also may just decide to take a trip. You and a partner, or just you by yourself, or you and a friend. You decide to kind of maybe go on a retreat or this kind of thing. And it is starting to be, we're approaching summer in June here in the Northern Hemisphere, so it's a perfect time to take a vacation. And that may feel like a step towards freeing yourself from anxiety or whatever. But really, the larger message is, regardless of whether you're single or coupled, is that connect to the freedom you already hold within you, reminding the mind that you already are free, and from that freedom, then taking a step with freedom, being armed already with freedom. So you're not doing that hopeless search for freedom outside of yourself. Okay. Let's go ahead, Sag, and get the cards from the Sensual Wicca Tarot. One card in the position of what you're meant to do or start doing, one card in the position of what you're meant to not do or stop doing, and one card in the position of what you can look forward to regardless in the month of June 2018 for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I also feel like during this month of June, it might be a good time to free yourself from social media, free yourself from the entrapments of modern life, and get into nature more. Go camping, take a walk. Remember, it doesn't need to be the big event to free yourself. In each and every moment, you know, you can say, all right, how can I free myself? Can I turn off my phone for an hour? Can I, you know, get off Twitter or Reddit or Instagram or whatever it is? You know, whatever you like to play with. Can I get off that for an hour, for 10 minutes? You know, delay. And when you find yourself reaching for the entrapments, let's say, of modern life, before you reach for your phone, take a second and say, I'm going to connect with me first. I'm free to connect with myself first. And then you can connect to your phone or whatever it is. Just by prioritizing yourself over that, whatever it may be. It could be, you know, your phone, could be any number of things, your friends, the situation. Just connect with you first. Just take a second just to connect with you first. Even if it's as subtle as this fingertips to your heart chakra for a second, just to remind the mind that you're coming from the heart. Okay, Sag. A lot of stuff in there, a lot of messages in there before I even get to the cards. All right. So, for Sagittarius, what is Sag meant to do or start doing, not do or stop doing, look forward to regardless? Okay, here we go. So what you're meant to do or start doing is the Seven of Pentacles. What you're meant to not do or stop doing is the Five of Swords. What you can look forward to or expect regardless is the Ten of Cups in reverse. Even though it's in reverse, it's not terrible. We have the Judgment in reverse, under the deck, a Rising. Okay. Well, what you're meant to do or start doing is the Seven of Pentacles. So it kind of goes nicely with the idea of retreat, freeing yourself, like slowing things down, taking things easy, spending more time aligning with what you want as opposed to trying to get out of something that you don't like, right? The Seven of Pentacles is about biding your time, planting the seeds, nourishing the soil, taking care of things slowly, gently, knowing that all things are already coming up. Sometimes they just take a little longer than our egos would like. So this is what you're meant to do or start doing. Have some patience, Sag. You know, the freeing yourself comes in each and every moment. The small moments where you can say, how am I free in this moment? How can I express my sense of freedom, frivolity, joy, happiness in this moment? It's moment by moment. Of course, you may actually take the big vacation, the 2-week vacation or whatever. That's certainly indicated as well. But in love, plant the seeds of what you're wanting more and more, because you're aligning. With each movement towards aligning with what it is you do want, you know, you connect to that energy of that. You know, I wanted to feel a sense of freedom and openness with my partner, even if you're coupled already, you know, more of that energy. And you plant those seeds with intention, with love. This is what you're meant to do or start doing more of. This is a quiet kind of energy. It's more passive in terms of what you may want to do, but it's deep. It's important. It's an important step. You know, the farmers aren't rushing the seeds along. They understand that there's a rhythm, and if you want the most robust fruits and vegetables, you have to give them time to ripen, you know, and all of that. Now, what you're meant to not do and stop doing is stop engaging in fruitless battles of ego. Stop arguing over all the minor things, and stop blaming another for your perceived entrapment or your perceived situation. You know, and you don't do this very often anyway, but in this particular time frame, it's coming up in this way, Sag. So the Five of Swords is difficult energy because it is a clash of wills, a clash of ego. And so you're being asked to take a grander, more universal approach. Take a step back. Bring it back to quiet. Aligning with what you want as opposed to trying to fight through what you don't want. This is a fruitless exercise in the month of June. It just expands that energy, and it's energy that's exhausting. You know, you're being asked to take a break, retreat, free yourself from battles. And if it is not you and your spouse, it could just be an environment that you're in, or you and your partner. And if you're single, again, if you're looking for love right now, don't get involved in like egoic clashes. Don't treat people poorly out of a fruitless attempt to assert your power, you know? I mean, I don't think you would do that very often anyway, but it's, you know, it is indicated, and it's a general reading, so this is a very more quiet time, you know. This is what you're meant to do and start doing. Plant those seeds quietly, gently, with intention. What do I want to see in the fall, you know? What do I want to plant now when the sun is shining overhead, here in the Northern Hemisphere anyway? What do I want to plant now? How can I lay the seeds for what is to come? Nourish my body, nourish myself, nourish my mind, my heart, my spirit. Taking time for myself, withdrawing from the busyness, from all of this noise. And what we can look forward to regardless for Sagittarius is the Ten of Cups in reverse. So the Ten of Cups in reverse, Sag, is, again, it's not negative energy, but it's not a full, I mean, it's not upright. So you may experience some insincerity in your dealings here with family and friends, with a partner. It's okay. It's only a month, you know, and it may be just because you're feeling this, again, this energy, as I feel it for you, it's more like an oppressive energy around you. And again, it's not, I don't think it's necessarily your partner or an individual. It's just, it's happening for everybody, but you're very attuned to it for whatever reason right now. I guess we do have that full moon in Sagittarius coming up. So that may be a pivotal time for you. And as best you can, you know, you don't have to engage in a clash of wills with your partner or with others, but you also don't have to be insincere. You know, if you don't want to do it, just say, you know, I'm gonna stay in tonight, and you know, I don't know, take a bath, whatever it is you like to do. You know, quiet, more reflective. Again, this isn't necessarily negative. It's just a little, what I would kind of call, like you're kind of, you know, you're going to the activities, you're doing the things, but you're not 100% there. It's a little obligatory. You're just kind of like, yeah, okay. You smile, but it's not really where you want to be. If you want to free yourself, take back control of your life, you do it by aligning with what you want, what you really want. If you don't want to go out and put on a show and a happy face, don't. That's energetically, that's not helping anybody. That's just continuing to fan the flames of inauthenticity and things that you don't want in your life. And you may even backpedal. And if your partner, you and your partner may decide like not to engage with people or a situation that you thought you were going to engage with, you know, something that you guys were working towards, you guys just might decide it's just too much right now. And if you're single, the same thing. You might just, whatever it was that you were thinking you were going to try to overcome or figure out or do, again, it's too much energy right now, so you're probably going to want to backpedal from that. Take your time, plant some seeds, be more thoughtful, slow it down, all right? Okay, Sag. Remember, we have the retreat under the deck. It's time to disconnect from the world. And we're talking about a relatively short period of time, just a month. And listen to your other reading as well, the one for May, June, and July, and see if you get additional guidance. And also, all readings are available on the audio podcast, so there's links below, but you can, you don't have to just watch it here on the YouTube channel. You can listen to it when you're in your car or running your errands or whatever. Okay, so let's just get one more card from the After Tarot. It's kind of a fun deck, just for one final bit of guidance for you, Sag. And I will say, with the Free Yourself, it may be that you had all your eggs in one basket. I don't know why that's coming in like that, but and then you felt like some kind of disappointment there. It's not about putting all your eggs in one basket. It's about recognizing that there are a myriad of ways that you can feel connected to love, whether it be romantic love or just the universal feeling of love. Remember that you're never separate from love. You're not trying to find it. You are it. The essence of you is love. So remind the mind of that when you're like, oh, I got to find love. You know, I got to free myself and find love and be loved or whatever. You already are love. Remind the mind of that. Then you're not coming from the lack of it. You're coming from a place of love. And it makes manifestation easier of what you're wanting. And the idea of putting all your eggs in one basket, it's limiting. It's severely limiting. Doesn't mean you can't have a particular person or situation or relationship. But when you begin to recognize more and more that there's more to love than just romantic love. There's love in the present moment. Always, you are love. It just makes it easier, as I already mentioned. Okay, one more card for you, Sag. And you do this already. I'm just giving you the gentle reminder during this particular time frame because it's coming up in this way. And if you do find yourself in this situation where you're at a gathering or you're with family and you're just not feeling it, or you feel like they're not really showing up either, you can excuse yourself gently, politely. You don't have to stay in it, you know. You can, make a showing and then bow out. But, again, don't get into fights and accusations and things like this. Try as best you can to walk away from battles. No one's really hearing each other. You have all that fiery Sag energy, but cool it a little bit for this month. Okay. Oh, very nice. Okay. All right. So we have the Ten of Pentacles here. Beautiful energy. Again, there's a focus on the family. So you may go to a family reunion or something. You and if you're partnered, you may have this desire to create a new home for yourselves, take care of your family, looking at, your legacy, your heritage, your inheritances, this kind of thing. You may even get some kind of inheritance from family during this time frame. But this is beautiful. It's in the upright. So even though there's some insincerity here, the more that you align with what you want, you're more likely to manifest more of this. And if you're single, same thing. Being with family, spending time with family, it'll be stabilizing for you. And again, your family can also just be your friends. The friends it's often said that friends are the family that we choose. It doesn't have to be your natal family. So this is lovely energy for you. But we do have the devil peeking out under the deck. So just be aware, this is so tied to this. The devil loves it if it can convince us, the ego can convince us that our safety is being taken away from us, or our freedom is being stymied by someone else. Remind yourself, remind the mind, remind the ego that you are free, you are loved, all of that, everything I talked about already. If you can't remember, listen to this again. Because, it's the devil, that's the egoic energy, and we all experience it. But it's popping in here for you, Sag. So, okay, I hope you find that helpful. I wish you much love as always, and I will see you either on the online courses or at your private tarot or Reiki appointment. And next month, I guess. Much love.